Hello, kids. Let's start the story.
Once upon a time, in a quiet little village by the edge of an enchanted forest, lived a cheerful girl who always wore her red velvet cloak. Everyone called her Little Red Riding Hood. One bright morning, her kind mother packed a basket filled with warm bread, sweet berry jam, and golden honey. She gave it to Red and said, "Darling, take this to Grandma. Stay on the path, don't talk to strangers, and go straight to her house." Red smiled and promised, "I will, Mama. Straight path, no detours." Happily, Red set off on her journey. She skipped along the cobblestone streets of her village, humming a cheerful tune until she entered the tall, glowing forest. Birds chirped above her, and little squirrels darted across the path. But deep in the forest, a sly wolf appeared from behind a tree. With a cunning smile, he said, "Where are you going, little one?" Red replied politely, "To my grandma's house at the end of this path." "She's not feeling well?" The wolf grinned and whispered, "Why not pick some flowers for her? She would love them." Excited by the idea, Red wandered off the path to gather daisies and tulips. But while she picked flowers, the wolf ran swiftly through the dark forest toward Grandma's house. The wolf reached the cottage first. He knocked on the door, tricked Grandma, and disguised himself in her nightcap and glasses, hiding under the blanket. Soon after, Red arrived at the cottage, carrying her basket with a smile. But as she entered, something felt strange. She stepped closer to the figure in bed and said, "Grandma, what big eyes you have." The wolf replied, "All the better to see you with, my dear." "And what big ears you have," she continued, "all the better to hear you with." Finally, Red whispered nervously, "What big teeth you have." The wolf roared, "All the better to eat you with," and leapt from the bed. Red screamed loudly for help. At that very moment, a brave woodcutter nearby heard her cries and burst into the cottage. "Step away from the girl," he shouted. Together, the woodcutter and Red fought the wolf. With courage, Red threw the honey jar into the wolf's eyes, while the woodcutter struck with all his strength. Defeated, the wolf yelped in pain and ran limping into the dark forest, never to return again. Red rushed to her grandmother and hugged her tightly. "Oh, Grandma, you're safe." Grandma smiled warmly. "And so are you, my dear." The woodcutter nodded proudly, happy that all was well again. That evening, back at home, Red told her mother everything. "I've learned my lesson, Mama," she said. "Being brave means also being careful and always listening to you."
Thanks for watching the story. Please subscribe this channel.